The chapel inside of the Vatican was designed to look like a snake's head. The windows are the eyes, the two pillars in the back are the teeth, and the row going down the middle is the tongue. There is a giant Jesus sculpture behind the Pope's chair. This sculpture of Jesus is very unsettling. Notice how his hair flowing in the wind is made to resemble some sort of reptile. There's more I can talk about, but that's all for today. Like and follow. The Pope isn't who you think he is. Have you ever noticed the Pope's hat? The hat is connected to Dagon. Dagon was an old Phoenician Canaanite fish god. In Babylon, the ancient priests were worshippers of the deity Dagon, and they wore the fish's hat, symbolizing they were in subjection to the great Dagon. The Vatican has one of the highest cases in lawsuits against them for pedophilia. The church has spent over $3 billion on defending themselves in these lawsuits. Innocent until proven guilty, right? But there has been way too many cases for me. What about you? Do you believe the accused men did it? Like and follow. Let's talk about Kobe getting smoked. So, on January 26, 2020, Kobe and his daughter died in a helicopter crash. Google titled it as the date of assassination before changing it. Now check out this predictive programming.
Oh shit! It's Kobe Bryant! Help me! Just pass me the trophies and we'll pull you out! Pass!
In this Nike commercial, a man says, "Heroes come and go." Kobe replies with, "But legends are forever." And the camera cuts to a scene with a crashed helicopter and a burning Nike symbol. Not to mention this tweet. Like and follow. How can you deny the existence of an Illuminati when even celebrities talk about it?
When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them. Nobody likes them. We all love Dave Chappelle. Exactly. Dave Chappelle has never been a part of the Illuminati. They don't want him or me or people like us.
Mansion parties and secret underground clubs are where celebrities are groomed for initiation. Afterwards, their careers skyrocket.
Y'all don't understand what go on with that shit, man. Cat Williams said they was letting him in, and the stuff that he was seeing was blowing his mind. They be having these big-ass mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited as a motherfucker to be at the mansion party. You be looking at all the goddamn rooms, and you fuck around and look in the wrong room and shit. I went to one time, I've seen really bad. They actually kill people there and stuff. They pay like up to like 100,000 people to see people get executed. I'm not kidding, but I went to another one where literally I saw like the grossest. I wanted to throw up.
Like and follow. Do reptilians actually exist? Throughout mythology and history, there has always been stories of dragons. Dragon mythology also permeates all cultures. All cultures have a name for dragons, even though the animal cannot prove to have actually existed. Now, in 1842, Richard Owen gave us the word dinosaur. Before 1842, people called dinosaurs dragons. Dinosaurs actually existed, and they were called dragons. On the Chinese zodiac, there are only real animals, including the dragon. Do you think they would just add a mythological creature after adding only real animals? Even in the Bible, Satan is described as a dragon. After he tempts Adam and Eve, God curses the serpent to crawl on his belly. So that means he was able to walk. Why would God curse the serpent to crawl on his belly if that's what it already did? Like and follow for part 2. Let's expose Squid Game. So the Freemason symbols we'll be talking about today are the black and white checkerboard floor and the square and compass. The checkerboard floor represents duality, like black and white, good guys and bad guys, upper class and lower class. Now, the alchemical symbol is the circle, square, and triangle. The Freemason compass and square are the same thing. The square at the bottom obviously represents the square, and the compass at the top makes a triangle. You can also use the compass to make a circle. Now take a look at Squid Game. You can also see the same symbols at Battery Park in New York. Understand that nothing gets this popular without the elite being involved. Like and follow for part 2. Squid Game Decoded Part 2. Spoilers. Now, everything in the universe is part of a mathematical structure. The universe speaks in numbers. Gematria is computing the numerical value of words based on those of their constituent letters. But you can't just match up any word with the same numbers. The point is to identify the value of a particular number and find its relevant counterpart that has the same numerical pattern. Here's some proof Gematria is real. The main actor of Squid Game's name sums to 456. In the TV show his number is 456. And also the winner of the game gets 45.6 billion. In this episode, it's revealed that contestant 13 was a glass worker. Glass sums to 13. In part 1 I showed you how Freemasons were behind the show. Now take a look at this. Like and follow. Time isn't supposed to exist. In reality, there is always duality. Up and down, left and right. Good and evil, night and day. Time and what? Well, time is controlled by the planet Saturn. Satan is just an archetype for the planet Saturn. Saturn has a 6-sided hexagonal-shaped storm on its north pole. Saturn is the 6th planet from the sun, and Saturn has 6 letters in it. The ancients knew a lot more about reality and the world than we do. And in the ancient world, Kronos was the god of Saturn. He was also the god of time. There are 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, and 24 hours in a day. 2 plus 4 equals 6. Now, Saturn is ruled by the constellation Capricorn, which is the goat. Like and follow for part 2. Saturn used to be a sun and was a lot closer to Earth than it is now. So close that the ancients were able to see it from Earth, and they called Saturn El, which translates to God. In fact, Israel is named after the Egyptian gods Isis, Ra, and El. Isis is the moon goddess, Ra is the sun, and El is Saturn. And those who were chosen by El are called the elites. If you live long enough worshipping El, you become an elder. And the leaders who carry out El's plans are elected. The sons of God, or El, are angels. Some of the archangels are named Gabriel, Michael, Raphael, Uriel, Raziel, Ramiel, Jophiel, Camiel, Israel, Sariel, and Haniel. Saturn was worshipped in ancient times and is still worshipped today. Saturn was called the Black Sun or the Black Cube. The storm on Saturn rotates counterclockwise. In Islam, Muslims walk around the black cube counterclockwise, just like the storm on Saturn. The Christian cross forms a cube. And in Judaism, the Tefillin is a black cube Jewish men wear. So how does Saturn actually control time? Like and follow for part 3. Before we get to part 3, I just have to show you some more evidence. In the last video, I showed you how the black cube of Saturn is still being worshipped. There is a black cube in Australia, Denmark, Manhattan, and many other places. Now take a look at this old Donald Duck comic that came out in 1997. They are chasing the money bin, which is in the shape of a cube. The cube hits the Twin Towers. And he says, I gained a new tourist attraction. Guess what the 9/11 memorial looks like? You guessed it, a black cube. Now, here is some more Saturn symbolism in everyday logos. Like and follow for part 3. So how does Saturn actually control time? Saturn rules the constellation Capricorn, which is the goat. This is where you get the goat of Mendez or Baphomet from. Now, the moon is a natural satellite. What do satellites do? They send and receive signals. It doesn't matter if it's natural or artificial. The signal that the moon is receiving and sending to Earth is coming from the planet Saturn.
In a patch of sky pretty far out from Saturn itself, Spitzer detected this telltale band of infrared light. While the image covers only a small area, it reveals a segment of something much bigger. The largest ring ever seen around Saturn or any other planet.
Remember when I showed you some logos with Saturn in them? Take a look at the Wi-Fi logo. It's literally the planet Saturn with signals coming from it. The best place to hide the truth is in plain sight. Now think about how many movies the moon gets destroyed in. In the movie They Live, after the main character destroys the Saturn,